gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. And love will hold you.
Left your left, hey, left right your left. You got it.
The whole world will know that we're not alone.
Trucker.
Doctors, roll out. You're watching or listening to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. We the people, the People's Patriot Project.
Looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and ideas, or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we are the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always seen. We want you to be a part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. Here's the WeP3 Team bringing you today's best heroes hits in the boots on the ground organizations that are saving lives. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Left your left, hey, left right your left. You got it. Trucker.
Good evening and welcome to We Got Your 6 at 6 with the People's Patriot Project. And don't forget, this is also Patriot Playtime, if it so turns out that way. Every week, we bring you a guest and we bring you some new music whenever we can, brought to you by first responders and veteran bands and musicians, and a lot of those that support all of our service people in the country and the world. So again, welcome. Hang on tight tonight. We're going to have an awesome show. We will be opening up with, I was going to say 2 guests, 3 guests. We have Jason Steiner coming in to give us a little blurb about what's going on with, I'm not even going to say because he's going to tell you all about it. You probably know who he is anyways. He's on like 20 some podcasts in the last few months. So go Jason. He's going to be here to share what's going on. I'm biting my tongue. And then we have a new band sent some awesome music, and I can't wait to listen again. Die Tired will be with us tonight. I believe the whole band is here, so we're going to hear from each of them and see what's up in their world. And we have also got David Ogden and his Patriot Dad's Fitness. And he's going to share some of his experience and reasons and what he does tonight. So you're going to love what's in store. Stay tuned. I guess we've had some awesome interaction lately. If you guys could keep that up, send in your questions. We do have that thing that if your name's not showing up, Facebook user, perhaps like Eric O, there's a link, and we're going to put it on there in just a second. If you want your name to show up so that we can see you and know who you are, you can just let StreamYard share your name, and that'll work out just fine. So call out your questions. And I just want to do a shout out to another, along with Jason, we got Bourbon Battle Buddies. We have Jonathan J Train in the house with us. There's so many out there, you guys, and we've been pumped all week. So I'm going to let you know the pledge, the WeP3 pledge is that we know why we get to do this. Thank you to the service members and the first responders that have committed their time, sweat, blood, limbs, family, and life to give us the freedoms that we have that allow us to do what we do daily. So before we get started tonight, we ask that you take off your hats, stand if you can, and cover your hearts. Join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You guys put those hats back on almost in unison. Nice job.
Never back down. Never give up.
We got an amazing
The stream, and the A-team.
I'm muted.
Hey, what was all the noise? What was going
all
on?
that? Wasn't it time? Are we here? All right.
That's awesome.
So Peterson, he's got these buttons that he pushes sometimes. So like that. Yeah, there's no way Jonathan I can know when it's a mistake because they just.
I think Steiner's the one that's in charge of this. That's what I'm just going to say. I got to figure this out. I don't like the order of our crowd here because we got to put our guests up on top, put the queen where she belongs. That's Andrea, A-bomb. Boom.
Oh.
I hope no one likes to have a good time because that's not us. That's a different show. Well, we can figure that out later. Look at the crew coming out. First of all, I'd like to do a shout out to now I'm having one of my brain moments.
Heroes
Eric
Media Group?
Olenschlager
With
Chatto Foundation. My heart goes out to you, brother. I saw you guys sitting on Chatto's bench today. You guys are amazing. We love you. Keep up the good work down there. If you haven't heard the Chatto story, go see. Throw it in the link here. It's a whole long list. It's the Chatto Foundation. Yeah, thank you. I'm not very good at sitting here and just going from the hip with it, but I know that's Eric, and I know he's doing what he's doing. Facebook users, remember you get out there and put the link or click on the link that allows you to share your names. We see Adam Bird here with Heroes Media Group. We got Jeremy Daniels in the house. Geraldine Arnold's here a lot. Thank you. Peggy and Bobby Krutzinger, good to see you. The one and the only, the man, the myth, the legend down there in Texas. There he is. I just happen to know the people who are talking. Catch 22 and Derek Iozio. Amazing groups, amazing family. Again, thank you for our guests to come on tonight. We can't do this without you, and we're excited to hear about your stories. Jonathan, want to share with us what's in the news real quick?
I will. attempt to share with you what's in the news. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm super laggy.
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay. All right. So I don't know what I look like. Let me make sure my eyebrows are good. All right. This week, actually, it's August National Wellness. It's National Wellness Month. Sorry. The idea is to remind people to prioritize their own self-care, manage their own stress levels, and promote healthy routines. Find wholesome, healthy routines that you can do regularly. They give you some sort of peace and happiness, and make yourself a priority once in a while and treat yourself like you treat those that you love. Coming up August 16th is National Airborne Day. August 16th was chosen because the first American use of paratroopers was August 16th of 1942. Airborne training is done exclusively at Fort Benning. Airborne troops significantly changed the course of combat in World War II by dropping in behind enemy lines. There were even thousands of dummies that were dropped in order to steer attention away from the troops that were being dropped in. Around 40% of the soldiers going through airborne school will not graduate. Airborne positions are capped at around 49,000 in the military, and I want to say probably about half of that is on Fort Bragg. But that's just me. That's probably I have no numbers to back that last statement up. August 17th is National Nonprofit Day every year. It is to recognize nonprofit organizations such as the People's Patriot Project, Hero Stop, to recognize their ongoing effort to serve the local community. If you've ever volunteered, you are well aware of the significance of charitable organizations. Nonprofits throughout the country work to promote awareness and offer assistance to individuals who otherwise would not be able to afford it. Their activities contribute to the shaping of our society and provide hope for a brighter future for very many less fortunate people. Many nonprofit groups operate on a shoestring budget and would be delighted to receive some assistance of the volunteer type. If you have any time to give, I'm sure there are many that would accept it. And that is what I got this week.
Outstanding. Let's go around real quick and share everyone our service. We got first responders and military veterans on the page today. David, let's talk about your service real quick.
Yeah. Hey, so I'm David Ogden. I operate a group called Patriot Dad's Fitness. Obviously, in the name, where we talk a lot about health and fitness, nutrition, and really the mission there is just to get people to understand that getting healthy and staying healthy, doesn't have to be super complicated. There's really just kind of a few simple changes people can make. And I want to be able to share those changes with as many people as I can, help as many people as I can to actually get healthy without thinking they got to do something crazy, like go on these extreme diets that people go on and yo-yo up and down all day long, or go on these pills or these shots that people are taking right now, and just really just go out the best way possible.
Matt, Jim, and Brandon all have Die Tired. Tell us about, because I don't know everyone in the group, so, and we're missing one, aren't we?
Yeah, Sean couldn't be with us tonight.
Okay. So share what we do, or how we served our communities.
Sure.
Yeah, so I was in the Marine Corps 2010, 2015 with 1st Battalion, 6 Marines. Brandon's grandfather was in the Marine Corps, stationed at Camp Lejeune as well. That's it. That's what we got.
Jason.
I was United States Marine Corps 96 to 2000.
Semper Fi.
Yep. And now I run a nonprofit called Hero Stop, where we're going to rock September 9th.
September 9th coming up. We'll hear that here in a minute. Jonathan.
Is it right now? I'd say I was Army after all these Marines.
I can tell based off of your pride about airborne.
United States Army 2000, 2006. I was communications, attached to 82nd Airborne, did 2 deployments, and got out after my first 4-year term.
Outstanding. Thank you for your services, gentlemen, and what you've done in this world to help make that pledge that we say at the beginning. We know why we get to do this is because of men and women like you guys. And there are, roughly 3 million soldiers a year that do this, and roughly 30 million first responders that are on the front lines daily, 6 million total in the military. And we just appreciate all the men and women who have sacrificed, even if it's time. I guarantee each and every one of the people on this cast at one point was laying in what the derivative of a foxhole or battle station and saying, what the hell am I doing? Someone's eating a turkey leg while I'm sitting here away from my family, and it's appreciated. And I think we need to shine that moniker a little bit more. Jason, let's hear a little bit about Hero Stock.
Man, Hero Stock has exploded. We just went over 45 vendors that will be there this year. We've got our 4 bands, our lineup. Our lineup is incredible this year. Super excited to hear the bands play. We've got donations rolling in by the day. We're actually starting to book next year for vendors because I still have people reaching out to me for this year, and we're booked out. So, we just went through the list today to actually set up exactly how it's going to run from start to finish. And so we're kind of putting the final touches on it right now and getting ready to roll this baby out and make it as big as we can. So I got 3 people I got to pick up on Friday now, Jonathan being one of them. So we're going to be driving back and forth from Lincoln to Omaha like 4 times. So
that's not the shortest drive either.
It's only about an hour, and it's right up and down the interstate. So it's not terrible, but
back and forth is 2 hours. But I mean, it'll be. If we can alleviate part of that, we'll figure that out. We'll communicate. What are we coming down as? Are we just hanging out? Is that what we're doing?
That's up to you guys.
I don't know what we're coming down there for. I mean, I know why, but I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll keep it in talk.
No, man, we actually head down to Nashville. We're going to be scouting down in Nashville for next year. We just got back from South Haven, Michigan, Rolla, Missouri. We've already started planning for next year now, and it's looking like it's going to be 3 nights back here for our main event next year instead of just 1. So it's growing that fast. So
David kind of introduced what he's doing already. So we'll jump real quick to Die Tired. Tell us about your band, gentlemen. Tell me how it was inspired. Tell me what you're doing with it.
Well, we suck, first of all.
I disagree. We got to see here. I got a horn. I can't find nothing to. Here we go. Yeah, that's wrong.
Yeah. No, I mean,
right on time.
We're just a bunch of really good friends for sharing the passion of writing original music. That's one thing that's really important to us is that creative aspect and using music as an outlet to express our feelings, our thoughts. Earlier the discussion was about having healthy habits, and wellness. I consider the band part of my wellness routine, to be honest with you. As a way to play guitar, good camaraderie. We play shows. We have a common goal just to keep rocking. So we've been pretty fortunate. We've been pretty consistent in playing together for about 2+ years now. I think
it's almost been. How long you been in the band, Brandon? 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah, it's been 2 years now, I think.
Yeah, that's all. So just kind of being consistent and playing, and the local community here. We're in Reading, Pennsylvania. Has been particularly received our music really well in the local music scene and playing shows there and just having a good time doing it and putting out new content and hoping people connect with what we're trying to put out there to the world.
Brandon, what's your role with the band?
So I play drums in the band, and it's kind of a neat way that I kind of came to play with these guys. As we know, Die Tired as it is, you you always try and figure out how can I merge my career with something that I really love to do and that I'm passionate about. And actually, both Matt and I work in the mental health field. And so, you know, a lot of our band's mission and our messaging and our themes, you know, surround, you know, the causes and the purpose related to wellness and mental health and taking care of yourself and those, you know, around you. So it's been just a perfect marriage of, you know, something, you know, a talent with something I'm passionate about that's also connected to my career. So, you know, I'm thrilled to be playing with these guys, and I'm thrilled to be here on the program tonight.
I love that message, brother. I love that message. Is there something behind the title "Die Tired"?
Yeah, I'll take this one. It's from a Marine sniper slogan: "You can run, but you'll just die tired." And let me preface this: I was not a Marine. I was a designated marksman, so I did long range operations, but not a sniper. Or I'm sorry, I was a Marine, not a sniper. Get that straight. And first thing they did at DM school is say, "You're not a sniper, you're a DM." So anyway, but that's where the phrase came from. And then we kind of turned it into like the punk rock version of Carpe Diem. You know, if you die tired, it means you left it all out there. You know, not so much as like no regrets, but more of like live your life to the fullest and don't let anything hold you back kind of mantra.
I love the message. I love Brandon's phrasing in the definition of you guys together as the camaraderie. I want to kind of coattail this a little bit because that's really, and I'm going to speak for Steiner a little bit here too. That's kind of why we're doing what we're doing. It's building the camaraderie, building the network, building the space, time, and place to put amazing music, amazing food, amazing drink, amazing relationships. The network is taking care of itself. We constantly have this conversation, and I'll knock on wood here. The People's Patriot Project has not lost a member of our network that we know of, people communicating with us, to suicide since we've started our mission. It scares the hell out of me to make that statement because I'm afraid. I'm scared that someday I'm not going to be able to make that statement. But the number of conversations we get to have daily through text messaging, the WeP3 buzz, our social media channels, several. Every time I see someone that has a little stinking thinking out there, we jump on it immediately and we make sure that we are working together. And that's the gigantic piece. That's why I don't have a problem taking a crew down to hang out with Steiner in August or September, and opening up the network to be part of it. And I see a lot of exciting growth. I want to call you guys family, and that's where we end up going is we're building a family, and a family that's going to take care of each other. And I'm not going to lie, there's some underlying missions we have with this. I'm going to say we're looking to get rid of some of this nasty human trafficking crap that is out there. I think our veterans and our first responders can handle that mission, and I think we're gonna take a big bite out of that. I also think that we are going to make our country more of a community. Put that where you want to. I don't care. It doesn't have a red and a blue side. We're right down the middle. We're going to feed the big bird in the middle and take care of everything. And so that's where we're at. That's my little tangent for the night. I'll make it short because I know there's a lot of things to talk about yet tonight. I know you guys are ready to play live. We do have 4 of your songs queued up. And I know one of the songs that I like isn't one of your preferred songs for the evening. Would you guys be upset if I played Better Off Alive?
Not at all. Please do.
All right. So let's start off with that. We got Die Tired with Better Off Alive.
Restless heart, broken from the start, and you think that you must walk this path alone. Break away and love yourself today. You have to fight the bad thoughts in your mind, 'cause you will find you're better off alive. Don't give your life away. You, my friend, you're worth it in the end. Don't give it all away. Restless minds, pacing all the time, giving in to someone's point of view. And over time, when you step back from that line, you see you're not alone, and we're all afraid. 'Cause you will find you're better off alive. Don't give your life away. You, my friend, you're worth it in the end. Don't give it all away. And you will find you're better off alive. Don't give your life away. And you, my friend, you're worth it in the end. Don't give it all away.
Love you, Daddy.
Love you too, girls.
Good night.
Awesome. Did Peterson freeze?
No, I'm trying to get. I wish StreamYard, if you were listening, I wish you would give us a master volume button that I can cut everyone's mic at one time.
Yeah.
But we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, just so everyone knows, we can start the show now. Gabriel's here. It's right on time.
Good time.
Do the Marines know what time on target means? Is that, do they understand that piece?
Yeah, why not?
I'm jabbing Gabriel a little bit because he's out of Nashville. He runs Trinity Productions, and he also is working with Chair 55. And we have some announcements coming up soon about that organization and everyone's involvement with that. You guys might be interested in what happens with Chair 55, and so hang in there. Marine Corps time is the only time I'm always on time. He's a little arrogant turd. Did I say that? Oops.
Gabriel, he's
he's a Marine. That's, I don't know. It's bred in him. Mr. Ogden, you kind of gave us a preview. Tell us more about your mission.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, guys, that music was awesome. I was over here just putting it in my Spotify playlist for the workouts already.
Thank
I
you.
love that. I love y'all's mission. That's great. But yeah, my mission, guys, for me, I just want to see people get to the results that they're trying to get. And ever since I got out of the Navy back in 2013, coaching people wasn't even my first go-to. That was just something I was going to do on the side until I got, going through college, getting my bachelor's in health science. I was going to go get a master's after that. But when that first person told me like how great it felt that they got off these medications and they were getting some weight down, I fell in love with it. I absolutely fell in love with it. And quickly I realized that a lot of the things that I did, a lot of things that I taught wasn't necessarily going to impact them unless they had that accountability and support somewhere. Right. And that's why people notice in my group and in my content, I basically give it all up for free. Right. My coaching is the only thing, my accountability and time with me, with clients, of course, that's not. But everything else, I'm going to give information away. Right. Some of you that have been in my network, and I think Mark, I gave you a text message a while back that I was building out personalized meal guides for people. I can give that away. And I want everybody to get to the results they want to get, that they're really desiring to get to, without going through those roadblocks of overwhelm and burnout that you see on the internet, everything like keto, paleo, all this stuff that you can do to get healthy. There's so much things that's just running through everybody's mind. And it just bothers me when I see that. I see some people struggling and they can't get the correct information because someone out there says this information costs something. It doesn't. It doesn't cost a thing, that information, because misinformation's out there too. So you go look on the internet, you're going to find something. You're going to find 6 things that work for some people, probably not for you. And so I really try to create a community of people that if they have those questions, they need that support, I can create that support and just really get that information out to them. Because my robot line that I tell people all the time, it's just a few simple changes. That's all it is. It's not about creating a scenario, because we all get unhealthy and we all get on these binges where, whether you're putting on some weight, you're diabetic, you got all these conditions, you just don't have energy. We all think that, well, we got this way because it was so convenient to be unhealthy, right? We got convenience stores, we got fast food restaurants, we got all these things out there. And so we think, okay, well, how do I work harder? How do I work harder to actually get to the results I want to get to? How do I work harder to get more muscle, get fat off? How do I work harder to actually get better? That's not the answer, though. It's how do you make the bad choices, the unhealthy choices, more inconvenient and make the healthy ones more convenient. That's all it's about. It's really just as simple as that. Usually, those of you that have seen me, you notice I usually have a standing desk. I don't have my standing desk today. This actually it's in my house. We had some leaks in my house, so I'm doing some renovations. This is actually my in-laws' house right now. This is the only room that I could use. But you'll notice I have a standing desk. If anybody's seen any of my content, I have a standing desk. When I first started coaching and people online, I had a sitting desk, and I developed a huge problem. I wasn't exercising anymore, right? Because it was inconvenient for me to get up out of the chair, go in the other room, grab the weights and do something. Then I moved the weights into the office, and it was still a little bit inconvenient. It sounds silly. Yeah, the weights, they're right there. They're in the room. Go work out, go exercise. But I had to slide my chair out, right? And then go do something. Now that I have a standing desk and the weights right behind me, and I wish I could show you what the room looks like. Now that I have that, I can literally go in between calls with people, go into workflows that I have if I'm building out a workout program or a meal guide for somebody. I can do a set, I can do some movement. I'm constantly moving. It's so convenient for me to do that. And that's what you can do around fitness. You can do it around nutrition. You can do it around sleep and stress. One of the most important things I talk to my guys about isn't actually fitness. That's a very small part of what I teach, right? Stress management is where it's at. Recovery is where it's at. Another lesson that I want to share is one around sleep. There's 2 factors of sleep. There's quality of sleep and there's quantity, right? A lot of people try to go for quantity first, but you need to go for quality. Are you getting high quality sleep around the time that you're actually getting? If you're getting 4 or 5 hours, fine. Fix the quality first, then fix the quantity afterwards. And the best way to fix the quality, which is the same as the best way to do anything in your life, be distraction free, right? Hotels already done the research for you. They do all this research around how to get people to come back to the hotel, right? Years, millions of dollars of research goes into that. And the number one thing they found that works the best is what? Does anybody know? And I know I'm turning into a class all of a sudden. I can't help doing that because I love teaching. But what's the number one thing you think a hotel does to get people to come back? Anybody?
Free breakfast.
Free breakfast. That gets me every time.
It's turn down service. It's the fact that they make your bed and clean your room.
Mhm.
That's it. Because when you come into a clean room, you're distraction free up here. If you're distraction free up there, you're going to have better, well-rested sleep. And you can do the same thing in your own house by making your bed, picking up your socks off the floor and all that stuff. And I know everybody's moms in here is going to thank me for saying this, but you have a clean room when you go into that bedroom, you're only thinking about bed. That's it. Having that nighttime ritual is another factor there. But this is like a morning ritual. What do you do in the morning? Make that bed. There's a thing I teach called 5 minutes of morning movement. Get a win, a daily win every single day, right? Because most people start their day negatively. If you hit the snooze button, you are starting your day with procrastination. If you wake up to your alarm, you're starting your day with a cortisol spike because you waked up to a what? Alarm. I wake up 5 minutes before my alarm every single day because I have my sleep locked in. And I turn my alarm off. And then I wake up, arm circles, good old P-Day windmills. Getting a daily win crossed off, first decision I make is a win, right? And I want to encourage everybody to do something like that. And that's kind of a long-winded version of my mission here. I want everybody to understand how simple it is, because if we really look deep at what we're doing to ourselves every single day, we start realizing, okay, this is not right, but how do I make it right? It's not to work against myself, because if you work against yourself, right, what's the definition of sustainability? Here's the Cliff Notes. The ability to do something consistently and well, right? The ability to do something consistently and well. And if you don't like it, you're not going to do it. So there goes consistently and well, right? And you're just going to go back to the old ways. So we need to find things that we can do that we enjoy. And the only way to do that is to make it simple for ourselves and create habits around it.
I really love this message and the fact that I don't think there's anyone who can argue with me when I make this statement to be or live unhealthy doesn't feel good. And that doesn't mean you eat 12 tacos instead of 6. I mean, to be honest with you, you can eat 12 tacos every once in a while if you want to. And that's, I mean, I may have done that today, and it is what it is, but it's the sleep. It's the patterns in your life. It's the relationships in your life. It's the education you have in your brain. It's what you put in your mind, whether you're watching it or you're playing games or all this stuff. You can pick healthy options. And I'm not talking going and drinking a frou-frou drink from the drink mixology store. I'm talking about find things that you enjoy in life and apply them and create that pattern. And I love it. I hope I'm not stepping on your toes, because one of my favorite speeches of all time is Admiral McRaven's speech about making your bed. And I'm assuming there was a parallel in there to that conversation. But if you've not heard that speech, it does talk about having an award that you can set up at the beginning of your day for yourself to show yourself that you've achieved it at the end of the day. It takes a lot more work to fix what was broken rather than just starting the pattern up front. And again, I came up with this stupid goal one time. Hey, I'm almost to 400 pounds. Why don't I go touch it? And then I'll just back off and I'll get healthy after that. What a terrible, dumb idea that was. I went and I touched it and I kept going and kept going and kept going. And then I'm like, oh, now I'm in a mess. Now I gotta really fix stuff. And so don't get stuck in those patterns, because you can have patterns that are beneficial for you, and you can have patterns that are, I think everyone can find something in their life right now they can say, you know what, that pattern isn't helping me live better right now. And I would challenge you. Fix that one thing. Get your sleep. Get your quality, not your quantity. I can't fathom, because I know there's some scientists, some sleepologists. I don't know. Maybe you can give me the right terminology for whoever the sleep people are, but they're like, you need to sleep 8 hours a day. And I'm like, I don't know how I could ever do that. I get 4 hours and I'm up ready to go. If I get 4 hours, and I don't always get that, but I love your message, and don't go anywhere. We still got more stuff for you.
Awesome.
I don't know what I was going to say next.
I know what I was going to say.
Go ahead.
I'm glad I'm not in the same room as Mark after them 12 tacos.
Yeah.
Hey, come on now. I do want to go back to the song Better Off Alive, and it was exactly what Brandon said, that you can see the camaraderie, you can see the message, you can see the message in the music, and I appreciate you guys for that. I'm excited to hear and see more. What's up with the snake-looking skeleton thing with the Sith? Is there a message behind your logo?
No, not really. My brother is he's like a computer nerd type of guy, and
Okay.
we were looking for a logo years ago, and he basically took a D and a T for Die Tired, and slowly developed the skull into the Sith. That if you look at it, shapes a D and a T. And then we were just kind of like, we want something, somewhat goth metal looking, although we're not a metal band. We just kind of wanted that like vibe.
Yeah.
And that's what he came up with. And it's just kind of stuck for a while.
Fair enough.
There's nothing to do with communism, if that's what you're asking me.
No, not at all. I'm not. I don't. I want to find out what people's stuff is. I never look at a situation or a thing and say, "Oh, let me interpret that," and because we know where that gets us.
And then it's just kind of Harry started the logo, and it was just like what I love about it, like the clean lines on it. And then we've had like some interpretations over the years since it started. If you look at the single art, like for example, if you're on Spotify and you look at the single art for the song "Better Off Alive," it's a little different interpretation of that skull. So it could be kind of cool that maybe throughout our career he kind of is our little mascot and comes in different forms and in different versions. You look at different bands that have stuff like that. That's kind of cool. Like, and Iron Maiden has the skull that comes out all the time. Megadeth has Vic that comes out all the time and plays it. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Yeah. Before we get off that, the Die Tired under the logo. Years ago, we had an artist locally who it was actually from a painting that Matt's grandfather did, and he signed his name at the bottom of it, and he recreated that font in his handwriting to read Die Tired. So that logo that you see all the time that's just a Die Tired logo is actually his grandfather's handwriting.
Interpretation of his signature on the bottom of a painting. So that was pretty sweet. Yeah, that's always something. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah. That's awesome.
That's amazing life connections there, man. That's what makes it all tick and work and glue and grow together. I appreciate that. That's awesome.
What's up, Eric Mello? I saw you.
Yeah. He's apparently oh yeah. This is kind of a preview. We got who keeps pushing all the buttons? There we go. We got Contagion Effect next week on the show. They're another podcast brother duo that we're excited to have on, and are doing amazing things. And you appreciate it more. And again, I don't want to take any of their thunder away, but the name of the People's Patriot Project starts with "We the People," the People's Patriot Project. And the goal was to go out and find the 90% of our country that didn't have the skin in the game to begin with. But we're getting there slowly but surely. The great piece about it is Eric and his counterpart created this amazing podcast, and they're your regular common Joe, but they're serving now. And I want to make sure I shout that out. Everyone has the chance to serve. Maybe it's not in the military, maybe it's not as a first responder, but you have the chance to serve your community, your country, and your family by reaching out and helping those that that's the way it works to make it all a better place.
Hang on 1 second, because Eric is watching for sure. Maybe they're not regular Joes. I didn't find anything really regular about them when we were.
Well, I know one of the first things people say when we're doing these network pieces is they're like, well, but I didn't serve. And I want to make sure I squash that immediately. You are serving. you are taking care of your community and country by having this platform and by working through it. And they do an amazing job, and I'm glad I'm making you blush. But you keep those
They
kissy faces
were
out of
actually
here.
my link to Scotty Hastings. He plays their intro, or they play his intro song on their podcast, and I actually called him out on their podcast. I'm like, Scotty wants to come play at Hero Stock, man. We're totally down. Within a week, I had him signed.
That's awesome. That's outstanding. You guys want to play a live one?
Sure. Yeah.
Whatever you want,
Yeah.
man.
We're ready.
Hey, we're here to showcase you guys. I mean, I've got is it New Condition, Play, and What You're Gonna Do all booted up. But if you guys want to go live, we love the live because we get to see the real version.
Yeah, I mean, if it's cool, maybe we can promote. We actually have a single coming out end of the month, so we could play this new song that's going to drop end of August for you guys, kind of like a premiere type thing in the acoustic
We
form.
love previews.
Yeah, and give everybody a taste. And if you're into it, if you like what you hear, they can catch it when it drops on any of the streaming services or any of our our website and stuff like that. So we're gonna give it a shot. This song's called "Slow Down." It's kind of just about that fight or flight moment, that split second. Are you gonna rise to become yourself or run away from that situation, and just taking that breath, realizing kind of your power, who you can be, and making the best decision for yourself and getting after it type thing, like becoming who you are. So just a little preview about that. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let us know if there's any issues with the sound. I'm on acoustic and Jim has a bass here. Hopefully it'll be okay for you guys. Let's play it. Sound okay out there? Alright, ready? Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. 'Cause I know that you're sinking. I know that you're tired. I know that there's a moment. I can see it in your eyes. Become who you are. You slow down. Take a deep breath. This won't last forever. It's over now. Time and again you fall for reason. Take a song, become your feeling, become who you are. We see that you're on fire. We see it in your eyes. I know things could be lighter. Don't let this be your demise. Wake up the entrance and open up your third eye and tell me what you see. Wake up the entrance and open up your third eye and tell me what you see. Oh, and become who you are. You slow down. Take a deep breath. This won't last forever. It's over now. Time and again you fall from reason. Let this song become your feeling. Become who you are. Hey.
over, it's over now. Time and again you fall for reason. Let this song become your feeling. Become who you are.
You heard it first here on We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime.
Awesome.
Die tired, slow down. That's amazing, guys.
Thank you.
As soon as that drops, we need to make sure that we get that up on WeP3 Radio so that we get it out there as fast as possible.
The 25th is the target date?
I think so, yeah. End of this month.
End of the month.
Outstanding.
Yeah, we're excited about it. So,
so
thanks for
I've been voting for you guys for a couple of months here for a contest. Do we know where we at with that?
I think we're top 3 right now, right?
Yeah, we're 3rd place. So.
Which is this contest is like right in line with everything we're talking about tonight. It's a festival in New York City that whoever wins it is the opening act for like international touring bands. And the whole thing is based around mental health and suicide awareness.
Yeah, I think the show's called We Can Survive, and it's the I think it's like the 10th anniversary of it. So it fits in line with exactly what we've been talking about, the message we're trying to send about mental health awareness and suicide prevention. So whether we win the contest or not, I mean, obviously you'd love to say you came out on top of that, but just to be a part of it and to constantly be shedding awareness for those topics, it's a win-win no matter what. You know what I mean? So yeah, it still goes on. It's been pretty long. When we got into the game, we got selected to participate. I don't think, for me anyway, I don't want to speak for the other guys. It's like, I didn't realize it's really a marathon, you know, so we appreciate you sticking with us, to be honest, if you're continuing to vote now. I mean, I know it's been a long time. It goes on for weeks. And if we get out of the next one, it's starting to get towards like the brackets getting smaller, if you know what I'm saying. We've made it through, but in the next couple of weeks, it's really going to tell if, we could make it to the semifinals and finals and stuff. So I would think in the next couple of weeks.
Do we have the capability of putting that link up to make sure everyone's got access to that link so we can get to everyone that's listening?
Thank you so much for sharing that.
Absolutely.
I really that.
You know, and it's perfect that David's here with us tonight because we're talking about mental health awareness and suicide prevention. So much of that is part of your physical. It's all connected. You know what I mean? Like the decisions that he's talking about, making the decision for a win. Not only would it help you be like productive physically that day, but mentally to be like, today doesn't suck. In our bathroom, right above the sink in our upstairs, there's a sign that says today is a good day. And like that little, it's just like a subconscious thing of like, yep, all right, fine. Sometimes days suck and they're just days, but it's still a good day.
Well, and to be honest, there's a lot of times if we can just get our brothers and sisters to realize this hour doesn't have to suck. I mean, you're in a moment. This hour, fix the hour, fix the moment, fix that moment. And you know what? If that moment means you got to do a little something that's good, I mean, a glass of chocolate milk, if that's your thing, I mean, that's not my thing. But if that's your thing for the moment, get past that moment, then let's build. And then let's get to that day, man. And this is perfect timing. This is because each of us have one of these in our hands. And we've got a guest coming on here, and he's paralyzed. And his thing is the push-ups, 22 push-ups for recognition. Now, I know there's a part of our network that says, you know what? Doing push-ups doesn't do anything. You know what? Shut up. If our brothers and sisters think that doing push-ups to do recognition is what's helping, let them do their damn push-ups. If going out and do a 10-mile rec march is their thing, let them go do a 10-mile rec march. It doesn't matter. Your opinion doesn't matter. Go. What are you doing? That's what I'm going to say, and that's what I always say. What are you doing? But what I can say is all of us have one of these. It takes 6 seconds to text a brother and sister and say, hey, I'm thinking about you. Adam Jones with Feed the Heroes Foundation out of Georgia is texting me during the show. He's like, oh my gosh, look at all the people here. And I'm like, you know what? I've been thinking a lot about you. Now, I know he prefaced the conversation, but I can do it during this show. It wasn't hard. We asked you to do it by a 6-pack. 36 seconds to help your brothers and sisters. Create that conversation. Now, be bold. Go after the big tuna. Go after the one that hurts your heart sometime and say, hey, can we fix that? That's being bold. Go fix something. Brian Romans, good to see you, brother.
He died tired. Do you guys have
emotional.
that posted up on your Facebook page? Because I just followed you guys as we were talking. So
Yeah, go ahead.
The link.
yeah, the link for the event.
Yeah, if you follow us on the page, you'll see the access to the Vote for Us link. We try to also repost it every now and then just to remind people if they'd be gracious to help on the link for us.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How long does that contest go?
I think
So like September, mid-September.
September.
Oh my gosh. Maybe at Hero Stock we post that down there and
now we're talking.
If you guys can get a QR code to me for it,
Yeah, let's do it.
we're looking at 3,000 to 4,000 people showing up this year, and if we have a QR code, we'll push it out.
That's
we'll make that happen. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and but just before we move off of it, you're talking about that text message to your buddies. I don't know if you noticed in the music video, the guy looks down at his phone and it's a picture of him and his buddy, when they were deployed together. And that's exactly what that is supposed to encompass. It's just reach out to you.
I got chills.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got chills.
It's
This is something we run. We called it the WeP3 Wave, about 8 months ago, where we were trying to get everyone to do, 6 a day for a month. And, the way I go about it, there's the story of the little boy running up and down the beach, and there's these starfish all over the beach. And he's grabbing one, and he throws it out in the water. And this old man's walking by, and he's like, there's thousands of these starfish everywhere. And he looks at the little boy, and he goes, you're not, what are you doing? You're not making a difference. And the little boy picks up one more, and he chucks it into the water, and he says, I made a difference for that one. And you know what? If that's the mental piece that we take with this, is we help one, we're trying to help 6. Just say, hey, thinking about your brother. And right now, 2, 4, 6, 7, Jonathan's in the background. We've got 11 people listening to this right now. Roughly 1,400 people download this podcast weekly. Think about that's now pushes that to a lot of 7,000. We'll say right now 7,000 times 6, and that's how many people we can help that fast. And they may not need help, but you're building relationships and you're mending relationships and you're taking care of life. David Ogden, it's been a blessing to have you here. What's we kind of jumped to one of our phases, but that's okay. What are you working on next? What is our big piece? What do you want to get done?
Next, that's a good question. I mean, I've been working on just content, programs, PDFs, ebooks, things that I can just get out to people. One of the biggest things I work on is how to take what I teach, because I do obviously have clients too. What do I teach to them that I can, kind of teach for free in a sense without overwhelming people is the number one thing I try to do. So all my PDFs, I try to keep them nice and brief, nice and short, just something simple that people can just kind of digest and start working on. That's the biggest thing I try to teach is you shouldn't try to do everything all at once. That's when people burn out. Like we see January 1, statistically, January 18th, people are out of the gym. I used to work in the gym before I went like fully online, and we'd get emails saying, hey, do this and that, make these phone calls so these people don't leave. The reason why is everybody's trying to do everything, work out of the gym 5 times a week, get on the perfect meal plan, get on a diet, work with a personal trainer, get this amount of sleep, walk around single day with a jug of water, and they get burnt out. That's just what happens. But instead, if you focus on one thing at a time, right, just one, and make it as simple as possible, your goal. Your goal. People that come to me for the very first time, they talk to me about all these supplements they're taking, these workouts that they want to do. I say, slow down. One, you shouldn't be taking supplements if you are able to eat food, right? So if you're able to chew your food, you shouldn't be taking supplements yet, right? I'm not totally against supplements, by the way. I just don't have my name to any, and I don't ever care to. Supplements are something that you take if you can otherwise not get something in. Right. I talked to a guy the other week. He was on 17 different supplements because he was trying to lose some weight and build some muscle. Like, brother, if you can get everything in your daily nutrition, do that. Don't even get anything else until you actually need it. See if you can do it on your own first. Like, do it in through your mouth and chew it up and swallow it first before you do anything else. Right. I have protein powder myself. I take it. It goes bad before I finish my protein powder. The one I have, I've probably taken 4 scoops out of it, and it's about 6 or 7 months old. It's only on days where I feel like, hey, I didn't get enough protein today, right? Don't worry about getting everything right. Worry about doing. Worry about starting something. Right? One of the coolest things you can do is go for a walk, right? If you're just starting out, just go for a walk. And yeah, a walk's not going to get you big muscles. A walk's not going to get you all the weight off. But what a walk's going to do is it's going to train your body that you do something a little extra every single day. That's what it's going to do. And then you can layer things in as you go. Same thing with nutrition. Don't worry about taking the diet that you're on now, flipping it on its head and say, okay, now it's time for kale tofu salad every single day. I'm not eating that. I ain't never going to eat that. Instead, how do you make a little bit of a better decision every single day? Maybe work on your breakfast first. Maybe work on your dinner first. Maybe work on that snack that you have late at night. Work on the small things first and just take action. Try to get it right, as best you can. But it doesn't have to be perfect. Expect to fail sometimes. Expect to mess up sometimes. The most successful people in the world fail enormously so many times. You're not going to get it right out the gate. I didn't get it right out the gate, right? No one's got it right out the gate. Just do something. Ask questions afterwards, right? No one's going into the gym deadlifting over 600 pounds on day one. No one's doing that. Just start doing something. So what I've been working on now, it's just more content for people to be able to digest in a more reasonable way. I am working on other programs as well too, and I'm going to be releasing that soon as kind of an option for. I do have my one-on-one coaching that I offer, but I also want to have something that's for people that just they don't really need me so much, but they want to have the right path to follow. So I've been working on that plan.
I've never eaten terribly. I mean, the biggest thing that I've done is I've eaten. Your body's on a clock, and you're not supposed to eat past 7 o'clock. And some people say after 5, whatever it is. Your body will figure all those out. But being a football coach and being all that, sometimes I wouldn't get to eat until 11, 12 at night, even later. Blah blah blah. And I've never gotten back to where I was at my healthiest moment. And I thought I was helping myself I wasn't eating unhealthy, but I wasn't eating enough calories. And I'm like, whatever, everyone, whatever. I'll eat my kind bars. I'll eat my, my tiny breakfast, and I'll eat my meal at night, and I'll be fine. I won't eat after. So, but nothing was happening. Nothing was happening. So I made this huge, we'll call it a dietary change, but it was more about mental toughness. I was through another program, and I didn't take their program. I took the pieces that I liked about it. I increased my caloric intake. It was healthy caloric intake, and I dropped 70 in 100 days, and it was crazy. And it's just eating healthy. I mean, it's drinking the water. It's getting the sleep. It's having a system. And once it's in place, it wasn't hard at all. Me and Andrea had the conversation all the time. I was even willing to help her in her food prep. Not that she needs it, but I'm just like, I'll help. And because it was so easy, and I started sharing it with everyone. I eat my morning oats every morning, refrigerator oats. It's It's nothing but healthy stuff. But it tastes delicious. It's my favorite snack. But yeah, it's tiny things. It is tiny things. I appreciate that. I want to do this huge collaborative thing with you, but we'll wait until post show to talk about it. I've been trying to find a fitness person to fit into some of the things, and I've had a lot of conversations. Maybe it fits, maybe it doesn't. I know I've introduced you with it for a minute. But just something to present people. Jonathan does a little snippet every morning about positive thinking, about positive statements, and I think he gets a lot of positive comments and a lot of interactions from other influencers just because he's making these statements every day. And again, get a chance to go hook up with Bourbon Battle Buddies and Jonathan Crochet and see what he has to say every morning. He has it before most of you get out of bed. It's right about the time where I'm just getting ready for my day, so it works out. But it's good stuff. It's good stuff. What's next for Die Tired?
Well, maybe a nap.
Nap tonight? All right.
I don't know. What do we got coming up? The new single.
Well, as we mentioned, the single's coming out, which we're really excited. So August 25th, we'll have that coming out, along with on Monday, I think the 21st. I think that's a Monday. We're actually heading down to Hidden Fortress, which is a studio in Philly. We're going to be doing like a live in the studio recording. So you're going to get some cool, kind of get a chance for people that maybe can't come see us at a live show in the places that we're playing. It'll be up on our YouTube channel, and it'll be us just playing live the songs. We're going to do a handful of songs there. So it'll be kind of like little mini live. It's not live streamed because we're going to record it in the studio, but when it goes out, it'll be us playing live and the recording of it all live, which will be cool. We haven't really put anything like that out. Most of what we've done has been, produced type songs. So we're really excited for that for our fans across the country and maybe even other places in the world to kind of see us jamming out in the studios like that, and hopefully get some cool content out of that. And just keep writing music. I think that's all. We do have some shows locally, but we're really going to start focusing on getting. We have a lot of songs in the hole to say that we're ready to put down and work on with this new music. So we're really excited to spend some time and maybe take a couple months to write some songs and record them, and then who knows after that, maybe travel around a little bit and start spreading Die Tired out a little bit more than just Reading, Pennsylvania. That's really our next goal. And hey, if you need someone to play anywhere, we're ready to go.
Hero Stock 2024.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But the crazy fun thing, and we go ahead.
No, that was just the thing is about kind of building up your brand, and kind of what Dave was saying, getting content to get to people. And then the next phase of that is once you have that content, it's like we want to go share it. And in the music industry, how do you share that? You go play a bunch of shows. You know what I mean? So we really are focused and hopeful and motivated to start being able to kind of travel a little bit more with our live act and see how people respond to it.
The blessing that fell in our lap when this all got created was I didn't want to make content. I didn't want to do a podcast to begin with because I'm not that smart in the fact, let's have this theme, let's do this. But then when we started to promote and support the boots on the ground organizations from across the country, we started building this nice, amazing network. When we see brothers and sisters struggling from across the country, we can reach out and say, hey, we've got this person here. We've got this person there. We've helped people in Florida. We've helped actually twice in Florida. We've helped people all over the country. And okay, so what does that have to do with what we're talking about? Well, when we started bringing the musicians on weekly, every year, just like Mr. Steiner and Hero Stock, all these organizations do a fundraiser for their organization. So now they reach back to us and say, hey, who do you have in this area? Well, the crazy thing is me and Andrea just went through our list of musicians. We have 138 musicians across the country that are playing, and they go and play. We had Scotty Hastings and
Shannon Book.
thank you, Shannon Book up here last year for Ride to Remember, which Eric Oschlager was here with his Shadow Foundation, and they all supported the Ride to Remember. A couple of months ago, we had 6 of our musicians put on an event down in Texas. We had an event over in Georgia with Feed the Heroes Foundation and Sal Gonzalez. Nope. Sal Gonzalez and Tony Turner. And it's just amazing.
That's awesome.
And we get to, I joke. And so the reason why I'm nicknamed Paws is because at some point I get to put my paws on you. And as inappropriately as that can be, okay, we'll just, but you know, we got a lot of beards. I want to touch your beard. Beard to beard is the way we're going to do this thing. So, I'm not that creepy. I'm going to be honest with you. We like to have fun. We enjoy life. And I'm an artilleryman. I never, ever was this like lovey-dovey, cushy, but building the relationships makes me feel good. And that is what is, when I think back to my service, I think about the times we had all together. I just talked about you, Shannon.
There he
We
is.
just had you up here a year ago, bud. You guys, I think Die Tired and Deliberately Broken is would be a good match. Not that I'm a matchmaker either, but you guys do what you want to do. Check them out. All veterans and first responder. David, do you work out at a gym?
No, I actually work out at home.
You
I
do?
work out with just actually most people don't believe me when they see me, at least not in person, but it's mostly resistance bands. I don't use, again, this isn't mine. My house is getting renovated a little bit, but yeah, mostly resistance bands. Yeah, I got kettlebells too, but most things that I do are and that's mostly because I've been past 6 months. I've been writing a program called Built by the Band, and it's a 6-month program. And basically, use that. I grew my arms, I grew my chest and shoulders just using that stuff. So yeah, I found a way. Again, it's all about convenience. Make it convenient for yourself. It doesn't mean you can't have a gym membership, but if your standard practice is you're going to do something at home for like 15 minutes in the morning, if you miss the gym, guess what? You got something done. You got a win underneath your belt. That's it.
Well, we're going to get Die Tired. And the reason why I said this, we're going to get Die Tired up on WeP3 Radio. I'm excited for it to get slowed down, and we'll get that up there as soon as it's released on the 25th. But again, this is our push or punch for WeP3 Radio. It's fully 100% exclusively veteran and first responder musicians from across the country. That 138 musicians that we have that's who we play. That's what we do. Find that inspiration and knowing that all these men and women are the ones that were on the front lines, making sure we get to do what we get to do daily. And when I sit and listen to the radio and I hear Shannon Book, and I'm going to hear Die Tired, and I hear Scotty Hastings, and I hear Stephen John and Don Ricks and all these men and women who have served, it's like I have a personal relationship with these people. They're out with a mission to help veterans and first responders. It just makes, that's my positive for the day as well. Getting to sit and listen to WeP3 Radio, knowing that the men and women have made a difference already. Do you guys want to do a live one, or do you want to do one of our cued songs?
Doesn't matter to me, man.
We're good either way.
Your call, guys. I know that if we play New Condition, if we play New Condition, we get to
live,
see.
Brandon's going to explode because I can see him over there just wanting to beat on the drums when you guys were playing before. So he's over there just dying
anyway. He was totally going through the rhythms. He was. That's
yeah, that's our human metronome right there.
Yeah. You can do the cue.
Yeah, you play what you got. That's cool. Do your thing.
Well, we got New Conditioning. What you got? What you gonna do or play?
Brandon, how about you pick?
He's muted. You're muted, Brandon.
You muted.
Never mind.
Let's see if we
Never mind.
There.
Gotcha. Now go. You're off mute.
Say it again.
Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. I don't know, Matt. Did you? I don't know. We can either hear a play, or I don't know if you have. Do you have play on the acoustic ready to go, or no? It's been a while. Been a while.
Play that one. Play that's on there. I don't have it on the acoustic, but they have the studio version.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
It's a fun one. I think that's perfect.
Let it rip.
All right. And here we got Die Tired with Play.
Can fly across the ocean with our arms spread open wide. Follow me as far as you can, baby. You and me got nothing left to hide. And all our friends will be there with us. We've got nothing left to fear. Running free as far as we can until it's all we hear. Follow me now, come on, let's play here. Let's play a while, you know now everything's alright. Follow me now, come on, let's play here. Let's play a while, you know now everything's alright.
That's Die Tired and Play. I am always blown away. How long have you guys been together?
Oh, I think they're muted.
Yep, I got it.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. I think you guys said earlier in the show when Brandon came on.
Yeah, so with the full band, it's been over 2 years now with the current band members. But what Jim was saying, him and I have been playing for like 6 years now, I think. And we were in a different band to start, and then different projects through and through. But 6+ years. between Jim and myself, and then you add Sean and Brandon in for 2 years now. There's a good kind of common, good amount of time put into that recipe there. So it's been great.
I'm just blown away, and again, not because of you guys. That just this quality music exists out there that we've yet to hear. I mean, we're hearing it, but you guys can compete with. You're the best.
Wow.
You
Thank
can
you very
be,
much.
It's
been something. I really appreciate it. That means a lot to me that you said that. Thank you. I mean, it's when you're writing your own tunes like that. That's kind of always been my goal, and I've been playing. I started playing music in the 3rd grade, playing the violin in the school orchestra. I was lucky enough to have parents that supported that early, and the school I went to had a great program. So my ear was trained at an early age, just through experience, just from being in it. You know what I mean? Just from being around it, and got a guitar in the 7th grade, and just tried to emulate, in my mind, some of the greats. Just all the guitar players there and stuff, and rock music, and just making that choice to continue, making that choice to keep playing, making that. For me, my choice was that helps me. When I watch TV, let's say I'm watching, I love the Phillies, I'm watching a Phillies game or something, I play the guitar while I'm watching it. I could just be sitting there and watching the game, but even if I'm noodling, it doesn't make any sense. It's still my way of kind of practicing, and that was kind of my way of integrating a positive hobby into just watching something else too. So that was kind of cool as far as making healthy choices. I was well, if I sit here on the couch, I'm going to be here for a couple hours. I like watching the game. Might as well try to practice too while I'm at it, So just things like that, and kind of getting off tangent. But I just really appreciate you saying that you appreciate and dig the music, because that's just something that's always been a passion, always been a goal. The 4 of us in the band are like-minded and just trying to do the best we can and get a good message out there and put that through the music, and it's been a lot of fun. That's the best part about it. It's been a lot of fun.
It's amazing when it's not work when you're having fun, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's not work when you're having fun. So we're at that point again. We've done our call to action. Get hold of your brothers and sisters. Do it by the 6-pack. Miss Eichmann, what do we got coming up? Oh, your microphone. There you go.
Yep, I forgot. I went out and came back in to see if my sound was better. But here's what we got coming up on August 26th. We will be in Ramsey at Veterans Lake at the event for Operation Zero. I believe we'll have a booth, but Peterson and I always like to go get a feel for what's out there too. So sometimes we're just more snoopy and watching than we are vending, but we'll see how that goes. We got a couple weeks here. And then the September 9th day, I wish I was watching Jason's face, because we've got a Sutton Ridge Farms event in Jordan, Minnesota. They are Highlander beef cows that they raise there, and super dedicated to honoring veterans and first responders. And I share this every week, but last year they did this amazing tribute to Vietnam veterans, and we actually did a welcome home parade that they never got, with the high fives and the flags waving, and simply amazing. I don't know what their theme is this year, but their proceeds go to support Every Third Saturday, which they've been a guest on our show as well. They have a big support and therapy system, and they have added a lot of music. In fact, they give away a guitar every once in a while through their program. So very cool. However, Mark and I won't be there because we will be at Hero Stock with Jason and Mark and Jonathan, I guess, touching beards. But you guys have fun. And I'm going to let Jason talk more about that. And then we're going to have next week a couple guests. We have Derek Thompson and we have Joe Allen Christie coming up next week. So I should just let Jason now talk about Hero Stock a little. I don't know. We know you talked about it more, but like, tell me, is there something on Friday night? Do we meet somewhere? Is it like a meet and greet, or we just fall in line?
Friday night, there is a meet and greet. We have the bikes leaving Frontier Harley for the Iron Butt ride. So we will be out at Frontier Harley at 8:00 to see them off, wish them safe travels. It is not open to the public, but we will be having a little get together at my house prior to smoking some meat, hanging out with Scotty Hastings. Dylan Bloom may come in. We may actually have Guitars for Vets coming down that night too to hang out and play around on the guitars, sit around a fire pit and listen to them play and bullshit and hug and touch beards and all kinds of good stuff. And then the next morning I'll be up bright and early and heading up to the event and getting everything set up for 2:00. And parachuters are coming in at 3:30. We're throwing bags at 2:30. National anthem kicks us off at 3:30 when the flags are parachuted in. And then we got guitars. My daughter's going to be singing the anthem. I can't forget that part.
No, don't forget that.
She'd kill me for that. So, and then Guitars for Vets jumping on stage. The Blue Collar Band, Scotty Hastings, and then Dylan Bloom's going to close us out. And we've got events all day long. We've got 40 plus vendors, 2 food trucks. It's gonna be a party. It's gonna be a good time.
Very awesome. Is this the same daughter that plays soccer? Or softball?
Hockey.
Hockey.
Nailed it.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
close.
And we'll be back up in Minnesota right before Hero Stock. That last weekend in August, we'll be back up there again. So,
very cool.
If you want to come check out a coach on the bench, come check it out because I'll be on the bench coaching. So,
does your face get red? Because that's the part I like to see you and Dad's coach. Is the face get red?
No, I'm a pretty laid back coach. So we talk about things on the bench, but we don't do a whole lot of coaching. So.
That's pretty cool.
Awesome. So this is where we do our closing, and Jonathan will lead our closing, and everyone will have a chance to have a closing statement, but Jonathan will be the example. Mr. Crochet.
Normally, I try to take something from the show, and there's just nothing specific this time, man. Just from the first words from Tired and David, everything just spoke to me tonight. All of it, the whole show. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna get a little personal right now. I had a rough day today. My wife was out on a weekend. The house was kind of just not like it should be because she wasn't here, and I was feeling a little bit, wasn't feeling good. I honestly thought about not coming on tonight just because I wasn't feeling it, but. Great choice to be here. All of you have motivated me and spoke to me at some point tonight, and I appreciate each and every one of you.
We're glad you made it here, brother.
You'd have been getting a text from me if you wasn't on here tonight. Just saying. Get your ass on.
Mr. Ogden.
Yeah, I mean, keep it convenient, keep it simple. Really, at the end of the day, make it convenient, make it simple, and just do. Just go at it. Just do what needs to be done. Because if you don't, and you're gonna sit around, you're gonna make excuses. You're gonna dream about a better life. If you don't do something about it, it's not gonna happen.
Miss Eichmann, I think that's our title right there. Just so you know. Brandon.
Yeah, it's I'll let Matt and Jim also share too, of course, but it was just for me personally, it was an honor to be on the program. Anytime you have a chance to connect, your music to, important causes and know that the music lands in the unique experiences of other people, that's a blessing. That's what it's all about.
Jim.
I'm going to tell you what I used to tell my Marines years ago. just give a shit. That's it.
I like that. That's awesome.
Matt.
Yeah, just first of all, what a honor it's been to be here, and I'm thankful I got a chance to meet everybody here, and hopefully made some friends in the short time here. I really appreciate what you guys are doing and the message you all are sending. It's incredible. Someone working in mental health, I see what you're doing here, and I really appreciate that. It's very, very important work that you're doing. And I'll just leave it with, I think it's, for me, the message of this particular show and our discussion, it lends with the name of our song. Just remember, everybody, you're better off alive. You know, you're better off better off alive with your friends, the people around you. Send that text message. I love that concept of the 6-pack. You're better off alive, and there's always something you can find, no matter how dark it is, to keep you going. And I appreciate you sharing that message and letting us also share ours. Thank you.
Steiner.
I'm gonna go with the never quit, man. It's kind of the same thing that everybody's talking about. Just never give up, never quit, always drive forward, never stop. And I am headed out to the store to buy some bands so I can get guns like freaking David's over here.
Eichmann.
Well, I guess that's funny because I've bought the bands, and to be quite honest, I'm not sure where they are right now. So I'm gonna go pull those out as well. I even bought the hook to latch it to the door frame, so you can use it in multiple other ways. So thank you for that inspiration. But there's a lot of pieces that David that you shared. And I absolutely love the keep it simple. And it's not just your weight. It's not just your physical aspect. It's the whole person. And that is, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Jason, I don't know what to say. I'm sure we'll say a lot more before we're all done with this. So,
and we'll be talking a lot after.
Yeah, we'll keep that one. And I don't know. So here's the thing, Peterson. I would like to name our show, make it convenient and keep it simple. And then I got these other words of wisdom, just give a shit. And I kind of like that for a title. So I'm going to use them both. It's going to happen. So thanks you guys for all the inspiration, but really thank you for coming on and for sharing your music live. That is always a treat. We can all listen to music and say, hey, we know them, we met them, we had them on our show. But to have it live on the show it's real. It's real, it's raw, and you get a bigger sense of the emotion. So thanks you guys for sharing that piece. And Jonathan, dude, gosh dang it, can't wait to see you in person. We've known each other for like a year now, right? And we just got to meet in person. So
he's looking a little angelic right now.
He's got the golden hour going.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Golden hour on the beard.
It's silver, not gold, but
there's absolutely zero hierarchy in this family. And so I don't like saying it, but again, I'm having a proud papa moment knowing that the family continues to grow and the message is alive and well. And we are reaching our brothers and sisters, and we are boots on the ground. I'm a proud papa in the fact that we're all one, we're all equal, we're all part of it. And it does take the organization, and we're going to continue to organize. We're going to continue to send the message. We're going to continue to make a difference. And the one thing, then this is not the message of the show, but ultimately at the end of the day, show us your we. And that's the we that's at the beginning of We the People. Show us your we. We appreciate everyone being here tonight. Thank you for all the things and all the messages and all the people that have come and visited and been part of it. We'll see you. Remember, tomorrow at 4:30, we got our WeP3 weekly debrief. We'll be debriefing this. If you guys can all hang around for a minute after the final of this, we'll have a little collaboration. If you got to go, we get it. But sometimes we miss some people because they don't know that we still meet a little bit after this. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for being here tonight. We'll catch you when the smoke clears. Patriot Pride.
Yeah, but that's what it's about. This is authentic. We're meeting with people that are trying to do the same thing.